All right, Nick, let's talk about the Denver Broncos here for just a minute. They obviously moved off head coach Nathaniel Hackett. They're in the midst of another coaching search, trying to find, the right guy for the job to stick with Russell Wilson, see who can make him the best quarterback he can be. And there's been some very interesting updates in that story, and we're going to get to all that here in just a moment. But Broncos country, we have some questions for you. Obviously, the coaching search, maybe some key player additions, front office additions, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of moves that the team could make to make them the best they could be this offseason. And we want to know in the comments below, what do you think they should do? What kind of moves do you think the Broncos should make this offseason? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, if you would, hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out, helps us grow the channel. And anything we make pertaining to the Broncos could be pumped out to you so you can enjoy it at your leisure. But Nick, also, I'd like for them to stay tuned to the end of the video to see a message from today's partner of the video, Mint Mobile. But now we've got all of that pleasantries out of the way. Nick, what is up with the Broncos?
Yeah, so obviously the new head coach search, that's front and center for everybody in the Denver Broncos organization. And the one biggest variable in that, of course, is quarterback Russell Wilson. There were reports this past during the season, Wilson had a little bit of an ego, was kind of set aside, had his own office, kind of things like that. Wasn't one of the guys, was treated above the players. And that threatens potentially a lot of outsiders. Like, okay, well, a guy like Sean Payton, who a lot of people are linking to the Denver Broncos to be the next head coach, will he come in and accept that relationship? Will Russell Wilson come in and humble himself to Sean Payton? Well, there's a good report out showing that not only will Russell Wilson humble himself to Payton, Wilson wants to be humbled by Payton and wants to play for Sean Payton. So Colin Cowherd, of course, the host of the show The Herd on Fox Sports, said this the other day. I'm going to quote Colin Cowherd here. He said, quote, "Russell Wilson has contacted Sean legally, by the way. I don't know if there's an illegal way to do it. He wants Sean Payton," Colin Cowherd said. "He needs fixing. He needs fixing." Of course, Colin Cowherd would know a little bit because Sean Payton is an NFL analyst for Fox right now. Payton and Cowherd do segments together and things like that. So I'm sure they have a good bit of dialogue. I'm sure Payton would be mad at Cowherd for divulging something that they said in private that Payton did want Cowherd to let loose into the public. So this is clearly something that everyone wants to be out in the open. I think it's a great sign for the Broncos that Russell Wilson's willing to humble himself a little bit and is going out of his way to bring Sean Payton into the fold. Mize, give me your thoughts on this decision by Wilson and the odds the Broncos have of landing Sean Payton.
Yeah, Nick, I think if Peyton were to come in, he could probably push back a little bit on the Mr. Unlimited side of things and bring back the old Danger Russ. That's the Russell Wilson we want to see. We don't want to see this persona, this, social media character that Russell Wilson tried to turn himself into. We want to see the old school chip on his shoulder guy who got drafted late. People passed on him. This guy who people just didn't respect coming in, and he wanted to prove everybody wrong. And he's kind of in that position again, Nick. People think Russ is washed. He needed Pete Carroll. The Seattle team was built perfectly for him, and they really, the top tier defense was the only reason he could win anything. So now he goes to Denver. He plays horribly. They do very, very bad. 5-12, not very good. So now he's got a reason to put that chip back on his shoulder and bring in a guy like Peyton, who you said he's already been humbled. He's wanting to be humbled by Peyton. He wants to rebuild. He wants to get fixed. I think this is a match made in heaven. If the Broncos ownership, who definitely has the money to pay Peyton, if they want to put up the draft picks, which I don't know if they have the capital to trade for a guy like Peyton, but they could leverage their future a little bit on him because I think they already have the quarterback in place. If Peyton can fix Russell Wilson, then you don't need those first-round picks to try to go take a chance on a quarterback. You already got the guy. You already got a top-tier defense. You have some weapons on the offense. I think you're set up really nice if you can have a coach come in here and make this team work the way that it's supposed to work, Nick.
Miles, you know what this reminds me of right here? And, this is going to go back a little bit here. And I'm sure some Denver Broncos fans are also Denver Nuggets fans. And you guys will probably remember this. This reminds me a lot of Kobe Bryant for the Los Angeles Lakers after he kind of ran Shaq and Phil Jackson, the head coach of the Lakers for a while, out of town. He thought he was, big ego, was all about him, kind of was above the team. And after they all left, after Jackson left, the Lakers stunk. And after a few years, then Kobe Bryant realized, oh crap, he's in calling. He wants Jackson to be back. The only way he'll be a Laker is if Phil Jackson comes back to be his head coach. I feel a lot of similarities there. And of course, Kobe Bryant went on to win 2 more championships and do a lot of great things in his career after bringing Jackson back. This has that same kind of feel to it. You got a veteran champion in Russell Wilson who was held in really high esteem. He kind of rubs people the wrong way in Denver. Things kind of don't go right. Obviously, they go 5-12. Offense really stunk. He's kind of wants to get his guy, get an offensive guru back into the fold to kind of revamp the end of his career. And I really see that coming. I think going that extra mile, willing to recruit Peyton of his own right to get him in the fold will go a long way to bring him into the building. Because like you said, the Denver Broncos ownership is willing to pay whatever it takes to get Peyton. This is actually according to Adam Schefter about that. He says, now, I don't think the Broncos ownership really cares about the compensation for Sean Payton. I don't think that's much of an issue here. That's where Broncos fans are going to be really very happy, because I think this group is dedicated to doing whatever it takes to get the best people. So obviously the Broncos with that Walmart money, they'll be able to pay Sean Payton whatever heck he wants. They'll find some way to draft capital, give the Saints to bring him into the fold. And the fact that Russell Wilson wants Peyton here too, I mean, it's just icing on the cake. Like you said, it seems like a match made in heaven. I think it's only a matter of time at this point that Peyton becomes the head coach of the Denver Broncos. Playoff season is here. We all know the only thing that matters this time of year is being clutch. And nothing is more clutch than having a wireless carrier built on the nation's largest 5G network. I'm talking about Mint Mobile, who we're partnering with for today's video.
That's right, Nick. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for as low as $15 a month, and you don't have to sacrifice any coverage, speed, or data. Mint Mobile offers unlimited nationwide talk and text, plus lightning-fast 5G and free mobile hotspot. They keep costs low because they sell direct to you online. They cut out the retail stores and the salespeople. Why should you pay more than you have to for access to the same network?
Use our link in the description to get premium wireless starting at $15 a month, only $15 a month, using mintmobile.com/Saturday. Stop paying more than you need to on your wireless bill and start saving big with Mint Mobile.